Hello everyone, this is Carrie Heaps with Chromatic Council, and I am coming at you with our autumn color reading for 2026. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so glad that you are here. This particular color reading is for those of you who are of the autumn palette. So if you have never had a color analysis done, you can actually click on the link in the show notes below to have a color analysis done online with me. It's quick, it's easy, it's just a quick form to fill out. I email you and let you know what season you are, and you also get a color card in your season with your 15 primary and 15 secondary colors. This is the autumn color card. So you can actually have that done, and that tells you, this is easy to shop with. These are the colors that you're going to be, wanting to wear, whether that's with clothing, accessories, makeup, and this is for both men and for women. Now, the color card readings that I do for each season are really about the colors you need to have around you that are within your visual view. It could be something on your desk, a ring, a picture, something in a bowl. That way you have the colors near you that can kind of help you with whatever you may be going through. I just want to preface again that these color card readings are for entertainment purposes only. If I do share something with you that resonates with you and helps you, I think that is wonderful. But we're going to go ahead and dive into our autumn reading for 2026. Normally when I do the readings, I do 3 cards, one for mind, body, and soul. Because we're doing a full year, I will pull 6 cards. So first up we have Plum, Overcome Challenges. That's an interesting card that's been popping up for a lot of seasons. For those of you who don't know, typically every season has their own personality traits, and my autumns are wonderful, wonderful people. They're typically very grounded, bold, very passionate about what they're doing. Silver, be persistent. They're very strategic and analytical in their thinking. They're very decisive. So when they put their mind to something, they get things done. They just kind of go down the line, boom, 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 it's done. They have a very strong sense of justice and authenticity. You'll find a lot of people who are of the autumn palette are typically working for like maybe a nonprofit. They might be working with children, elderly, or even animals. Lemon, access innovative thinking. They're natural leaders. They're very resourceful, mission-driven. They do prefer deep conversations, meaningful work, and tactical experiences. Some of the strengths of an autumn are typically they have great vision. They know where they're going. Purple, developmental clarity. They like meaningful work, and they have a very good sense of depth and intuition. They can be very intuitive. They have great leadership skills. Some of the challenges with an autumn can be most people can see them as being a little too intense, like a little bit too involved in whatever they're doing. Some people find them to be blunt or stubborn, but that's really more, they just don't have the time to waste. They're very direct. They don't mean to be blunt, and they can be very stubborn at times. Coral, allow flow and synchronicity into your life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got one more to pick for our autumns, and I'm going to go here towards the end of the deck. Let's pick this one. Lavender, connect to mind, body, and soul. So some of these cards, we've got lavender, coral, purple, lemon, silver, and plum. Some of these cards have been pulled up in other readings for the other seasonal palettes. So it's kind of a theme for 2026. I think kind of putting yourself first and doing what's right for you. So the first card I pulled here is Plum, Overcoming Your Challenges. And with plums, this could actually be a plum that you eat. You could have plum in a picture. Again, you could even get the color cards. I have a link in the show notes below. Those color cards are great because you can just put them right in front of you and concentrate on that color. But with Plum, Overcoming Your Challenges, I do feel that there are a lot of you who have really been kind of put through the ringer the past couple of years, and maybe you've had a lot of challenges, a lot of ups and downs. And just know 2026, I believe, for the new year, it's going to be a better year for everyone. Things are going to start opening up, not because of things happening around us, but because of the actions that we personally take. So you need to figure out what you need to do you to overcome whatever challenges that you have been facing. Maybe you've been trying the same things over and over again and they're not working. You got to find another workaround with that. So it could be, if you own your own business, maybe for some of you, and you're like, gosh, things just aren't moving. The products aren't moving or my services aren't moving. Find a different way to market them. Think outside the box. Do some strategic thinking and think, do I need to start a podcast? Do I need to do a YouTube channel? But you can overcome whatever challenges just by putting a little thought behind that and getting kind of creative. Silver is also kind of, again, it's been filtering through and some other readings, but you want to be persistent. Again, you don't want to quit. You don't want to give up. And it's not your personality to do that anyway, Autumn. You definitely want to be persistent. There is the silver lining here is that there's, what you're doing now, whatever that may be, it's going to pay off. But where you may need to pivot a little bit is how you get there. It's not the destination that needs to change. It's just kind of the journey. You might want to change routes. You might want to change how you're doing certain things, but keep being persistent because it's going to pay off. Lemon, and I don't get this very often. I love this card, but access innovative thinking. Again, this goes back to just thinking in terms of what do you need to do that needs to be a little bit different? What else can you do? You might need to journal a little bit about this, Autumns, if you like journaling, or meditate on it. Like sometimes ideas can pop up out of the blue when you're thinking about things that you're like, oh, wow, why didn't I think about that? Why didn't I try that before? And it might be the one thing that you need to do that gets things flowing better. And you do this by accessing your innovative thinking. Drink lemon water, have some lemons around you, or again, a picture with yellow in it. But this is going to really help activate where, again, just that creative, getting those creative juices flowing, okay? And I think you're going to find you're going to have a lot of great new ideas and different ways that you can get the same goal accomplished. Purple is developmental clarity. Now, for some of you, this is more about where you're going to go for 2026. And this tells me, and again, this may not resonate with everybody, but it may be that you've kind of you've set New Year's Eve resolutions or New Year's resolutions and you don't follow through, so you don't want to do that anymore. What I would say to you is this: think of a different way with goal setting. Think about, where do you want to be in December of 2026? Is it a new job that you want to start, or a move, or a new business, or a new hobby? And work your way backwards and say, okay, I need to set goals for each and every month of how I'm going to get there. Because when you look at it, sometimes goals can be overwhelming, but if you break it down inch by inch, it's a cinch. So think in terms of being really clear, getting really clear on your goals, and not being, railroaded into a different direction. So this is also a good card for, there's some of you out there that might need to be setting better boundaries with people because they're taking up too much of your time. And it could be friends, it could be family members, but you may need to figure out some ways of saying, hey, look, I have to get this done. I've got 10 minutes I can give you now. I hope that's going to be enough. Otherwise they need to, start thinking about how they're going to do things on their own, because people can drain us too. And if we don't have that clarity of where we're going and why we're going there, we can get derailed very easily by things that pop up and people that pop up that want things from us. And the coral card, and again, it's so rare that we get this one, but I love this. And it's so in line with the autumn color scheme too. But coral, it's allow flow and synchronicity into your life. There are easier ways to do things. So I think as we're developing that mental clarity, as you are activating your innovative thinking, you also need to think of ways of, how can I get these things done that are draining me that can just flow better? Okay. So maybe that's, for some of you, it might be you don't want to have to clean the house. So, you find a coupon to get a house cleaner and you try that out, and it's really helping you because you're not getting bogged down with house cleaning over the weekend, and you can work on something else. It could be that you need to come up with meal planning to kind of, again, just cooking on one day rather than every single night. So you have everything planned out. So your week flows better, you know? It could be that you need to come up with some new time management rules or scheduling, not just for you, but maybe for your family, to make things flow better. So 2026 is really going to be about how are you going to make things easier for you in your life. Maybe that's getting everybody on a different schedule. Maybe that's getting a new calendar system set up or doing goal setting, whatever that may be, because I feel like there's some of you who are listening right now who just feel overwhelmed and you need more flow and synchronicity in your life for things to just flow and go well, where it's just you get up out of bed and you make your coffee and you journal or you go work out, then you go to work and everything just flows into the other activity. There's no hiccups. There's no, oh my gosh, I'm running late. This could be too getting on a better schedule to go to bed early, get up early. Think in terms of what you need for your life and how can you make things easier for you. And our last card here is lavender, which is connect to body, mind, and soul. This is an interesting card because, again, I've had this come up for some of my other seasons today. So with 2026, again, I feel like things are really going to start to flow for people because they're making the changes that they've been sitting on for the past few years. They're just going to go ahead and do it. And I think autumn will be no exception. But our soul gives us purpose, and our purpose tells our mind what we need to do and how we need to go about getting that done. And our body helps support our mind to get that mission done. So all three things work together, our body, mind, and our soul. And lavender is telling us here that, you know, it's such a beautiful photo here. And if you like the smell of lavender, like I would recommend essential oils or any type of, you know, thing that you can have, like if you have like a air freshener that has lavender in it, that might also be a good thing to kind of have around you if you're more intuitive with smell. But lavender is such a great calming flower look, to look at it, to smell it. It's just, it just has so many great properties to make us go, okay, everything is connecting. You know, is there something that's disconnected, and how can I get things to flow better? So I feel like this whole reading for you, you know, again, that flow and synchronicity is going to help you connect your mind, body, and soul. You're going to get that flow by activating your innovative thinking and developmental clarity about where you want to go. And by being persistent, you know, again, just kind of being persistent in your plan, not giving up and overcoming those challenges, you know, by doing all of this, whatever challenges that have been coming up. And it's interesting with your reading here because it's like you have the plum, the lemon, you know, you have fruits here, you have coral, and lavender, all of these different things, silver, things that are mined from the earth, that are all part of that autumn palette, which I think is just amazing. So you've got like such an amazing color reading here. So that's what I have for you today, my dear autumns. And again, if you want to have a personalized color reading for yourself, click on the link in the show notes below. Thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see all of you in the new year.